welcome to the channel, and thank you ever so much for inviting us here to the Wiltshire countryside.
It is, yeah.
Now, you're the owner of the 2CV shop.
That's right, yes. We specialise with restoring and selling parts for Citroen 2CVs and Citroen Meharis.
And Meharis, and it is the Mehari we're here to talk about today.
Yes.
In particular, this green machine behind us, the Eden.
Yes.
So how's this different from a normal Mehari?
It's built on the same platform as a normal Mehari, but it's got an electric motor, the battery's in the back, and it's actually a brand new car. It's not a old classic Mehari from the 70s. The back roll cage is completely different as well, because it's got two roll bars for the full seat belts, and it's been homologated, so when it comes to the UK, it'll come as a brand new car. A brand new car. So this is a demonstration car, or this is one of the two prototypes they made to do all the testing on.
So it's come over here for you to have a look at, see what interest there is, and then they are going to build UK specific ones.
They all will be left-hand drive.
Right.
They're on about making some right-hand drive ones, but I think most, for now, they're struggling to keep up with demand, so they're going to keep it all left-hand drive.
Keep it all left-hand drive. So we're saying where do these actually come from?
They're made by my part supply in the south of France, Mehari Club Cassis. Cassis is just south of Marseille.
Right.
So it's right on the Med, and that's really the market for the Eden. You know, people got the villas in the south of France.
Of course, yeah.
And
yeah, and my first impression when I first sat in it and first saw it was this is a holiday car. This is when I go on holiday, this is the sort of thing that I whiz around in and have a great time. And to put an electric motor in it, well, it makes all the difference. So you very kindly said that I can go out and have a little drive around in it. So my very first drive in an Eden, and well, it's a prototype, so it's not maybe as slick as it could be, but let me show you. So we foot on the brake, turn the keys. We have to wait for a few seconds just for it to come to life. Now we can see the charge level, we can see it's turned on by a green light, and that's about it. There's not an awful lot in here. Now it's got the original, I want to say gearbox for want of a better word, but the gear lever's the same, and I've never driven one of these before, so it's very unusual. But in essence, to go forward, all I do, make sure you don't need to use the clutch, but apparently it makes it a little bit easier sometimes. Pull it back, that puts it in third gear effectively. It does have 4 gears. Third gear, I'm told, you can just drive in all the time. Fourth gear just gives it a bit more legs. Apparently, if I put it in first gear, the tyres will light up. I don't know if I trust myself doing that, but there we go. So foot off the brake, on the accelerator. And of course, you need to take the handbrake off, which I was told I'd forget to do. Now, on the accelerator, away we go. Of course, being based on that original 2CV design, the suspension is exactly the same. And of course, 2CVs were designed to go across a ploughed field with a box of eggs and not break any of them. And although I was a bit apprehensive to begin with, actually, you can throw this thing around into bumps and lumps and it just soaks them up. It's amazing. I've obviously got all the roof and everything on today. We've taken the little side doors off, but hopefully you can still hear me. I'm hoping the wind's not too bad. Now, because of that suspension, as I say, in the corners, it does roll a lot. It feels a little bit uneasy to begin with, I must admit, but anyone who's driven a 2CV, you'll be very used to that very quickly. It's not uncomfortable. Pulling away from junctions is, well, whilst it's not rapid, it's no slouch. It's pretty good. Considering I'm leaving it in this third gear, it's more than adequate. I'm told is an awful lot better than the internal combustion engine version. Obviously inside the car it is pretty basic. I've got a row of buttons that do everything from my wipers to my hazard lights. There's a mini glove box. There's a boot in the back, which I don't think they have on the original one, but this one's got like a plastic lid, and I think it just shuts it down. There's no real carpet, there's no real luxuries, there's no heating. There's some matting in here, which I suppose just stops it from getting too wet and slippery. In the back, there's room for 2 people. I wouldn't want to spend too long back there. And it looks like your knees would be up round your ears if you sat in there. But these things aren't designed to go any distance. These things, they're designed for the south of France. They're designed for people just wanting to go from their holiday home to the beach, or perhaps around a resort. They're not designed to go any great distance. And let's be honest, they're certainly not designed for the British roads. but it's doing all right. You know, it's winter time here. It's probably about 8 degrees at the moment. It's wet, but I'm perfectly comfortable. If I was any colder, I'd stick a hat on and a scarf, but I feel okay. I'm not about to go and drive up a motorway in it, but around these country lanes, it's good fun, and that's what this thing's all about. I mean, I've been smiling since I got in it. It's so much fun to drive. Now, while I get a bit more used to driving this, let's go back to Darren and get him to tell us a bit more about the history of this car and how it's put together. 2CVs aren't built anymore, brand new, nor Meharis. But the place that they're built, they've got the presses and the rights to build all the spare parts. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a large company, sort of 60 staff. They work very closely with Citroen. Mm-hmm. They're not owned by Citroen at all. They just work very closely. They got all the original pressings to make all these panels.
Yeah.
They got all the original pressings to make the chassis. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they make, and especially now they're doing a lot for the Citroen 2CV, original boot, bonnet, wings, doors.
Yes.
Body shells are now available. The chassis, what's on this as well, is a Citroen original chassis.
Okay.
So it's a big concern in the south of France.
Yes, and obviously the nice thing is that although it is a new vehicle, it's all done on those original parts.
Yeah, this one's kept the DNA of it. It's still got the original gearbox. It's still got the original gear lever. So apart from that electric motor, and when I first drove one, I thought, oh, it's going to take away the soul of the car. But
yes.
No, you've driven it, and it's
fantastic.
It's good, really good fun. This top box, this is the control unit where the throttle linkage goes in. Mm-hmm. This part of the wheel, that is the battery charger, what charges the battery once you plug it into your 3 kilowatt supply.
Yeah.
You probably can't see it too well, but it's got the original gearbox from the Citroen Mehari.
Right.
And this is the 15 kilowatt electric motor, and they're actually from the States, and they are in the Zero motorbikes.
Okay, from Zero, yeah.
Yeah. Now, like I said, this is the prototype one, so it's connected to a 4-speed manual box. Uh-huh. But they do actually do what they call the Eden Easy. What best way to explain it is automatic. So you push the lever inside the car forward, and it goes into a forward gear, mm-hmm. Push it backwards, hits a micro switch, changes to polarity on an electric motor, and you end up going backwards.
Much easier.
Yes, it is. Basically, what you see here, apart from the control unit, the electric motor and the charger, is standard Citroen Mehari.
Now, Darren tells me the battery itself is a 10 kilowatt hour battery, and it's charged through a commando plug. I think the only reason they've put that in is obviously it was built in France, and they were concerned with the French electrics, people trying to plug their own leads in and them catching fire and everything else. So it gives it a little bit of control over how good that plug is. Range-wise, I'm told, because the size of it and the weight of it, if you drive it carefully, if you drive it as if you're driving it to the beach or around your resort, you can probably expect to get somewhere around 60 miles from it. From a safety point of view, well, I've got a seatbelt. I've got a little chain down here to go across the door if I want to put that on. Let's be honest, that's about it. But you don't buy this car because you want it to be NCAP 5-star rated and you want to do whatever speed on the motorways. You shouldn't be going that quick, let's be honest, in something like this. This is all about sitting back and enjoying the drive, and he says as he goes through the puddle, enjoying the sunshine. That's what this car's about. This car's about fun. This car's about being on your holidays, getting away from it all. Despite the weather, I've had a brilliant time out in that. I wouldn't say it's the most refined drive in the world.
No.
But it's fun. It just puts a grin on your face.
It makes you smile.
Does it ever? But obviously this isn't the end of the story for you. This is just a stepping stone. Tell us where you see all this ending up.
This is the Eden's a proof of concept. So we have got the electric, we got the drivetrain working well, the batteries work well. So now the next step for us is we are working on at the moment an electric 2CV. We're working on a conversion kit. So a customer, it's going to be probably about a year away, but a customer can bring their 2CV to us and leave it with us for 2 weeks, and then we can convert their car electric.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And is that, how difficult a job is that?
It won't be a job people can do at home,
no,
because we won't sell the kit. We've got to do it in-house because it's electrics. And, if you get a bit of petrol on your hands, Oh, there you go. But if you get electric problems, you end up getting fried.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's not good.
So you'll have the training, everything to go with it.
Yeah, we're off to the south of France to be trained up how to do it, and also the grand plan. If I can do it, I want to make a brand new 2CV. Put the 2CV back into production. And
whilst this is your business, clearly it is your hobby and your passion as well.
Yeah.
So that must be. Is it like a lifelong dream for you?
Yeah, it's been a dream of mine since I was about 16 since they stopped producing the 2CV, I always wanted to put it back in production. Yeah. And I'm probably the closest man on earth so far to doing that.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully that will all come off, and hopefully we'll be stood here in a year or so's time with an electric 2CV in front of us.
Yes.
That'll be brilliant. Well, Darren, thank you ever so much for today. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for all your time, and well, let's hope we see each other again in the future.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's better to be back in the warm of my car now. But even the cold can't take away from just how much fun I've had today. It's been great fun meeting Darren and his team, and it was great fun driving that Eden. Now, of course, you can buy these cars. They're over £26,000, so it's not a cheap car. And maybe it's not designed for the UK, but I'm sure there are some uses over here for it. And, well, like all electric cars, at the moment, actually, demand is outstripping supply. So people obviously are buying them, and I can see in places like the south of France, where they're from, that they would be the perfect vehicle to complement your holiday home down there. But for Darren, this isn't the end goal. This is a stepping stone towards his own end goal. His ambition to build from scratch a brand new 2CV with an electric motor in it, this gets him to within touching distance of it, and hopefully the developments that they're making at the moment, that will become a reality in the next 12 months or so. So Darren's going to stay in touch with us. He's going to keep us up to date as to what's happening. And as and when he gets those pieces in place and he's able to, or he comes back from his training course and he's able to start building it, then we'll go and see him again and we'll see how he's getting on. And we'll hopefully follow that process, that whole building process from absolutely nothing through to a road legal UK 2CV with an electric motor in it. Wouldn't that be brilliant? So let's hope that happens, and there's something for the future for us to look forward to. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to like and share, and if you're not doing so already, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, you take care. I'm off for a warm-up. See you soon.